Hi there, this is Just a Girl in Camas, Alicia King, and I am down here at Caps and Taps in Camas, Washington. Excited for my interview today with Rachel Greenan. I'll be sampling 3 of their beers here today, and I'm chatting with Rachel a little bit about how Caps and Taps got started and about this adventure with 4 others, or 3 others, I should say. How's it going, and how did this get started, Rachel?
It's been a huge blessing. We're having a ton of fun. We see regular people that come in, order the same thing, order different things. It's just awesome to have regulars and then people that just stumble in here and had no idea we were here. The venture was pretty quick. It was an idea that blossomed into let's kind of look for a space and see if this would be fun to do in 5 years or so, to oh wow, we just signed a lease and opened May after signing a lease in February. So it was a lot of hard work, but it's been a real blessing.
Wow. And how are you finding your location down here in Camas? Are you getting regulars? Are you enjoying meeting the people down here? How's the community down here for businesses?
The community is amazing, especially with the events that are put on, like First Fridays. We get a lot of regulars coming down, which is awesome. They're either really open to trying other beers or maybe kind of like have a signature beer that they usually go for and they have their go-to. But it's really great to see regulars, and a lot of them bring in friends that have never been here before, which is even better because we can kind of share our knowledge and our love of beer with other people that may have not known we even existed. And nice thing about Camas is there's a lot of people walking the streets to see all the cute shops, so a lot of people peek their head in and have no idea that we've been here for the last few months, and come on in and have a great time and come back pretty often. So.
Great, stop in for a beer. I know you're going to be featuring a couple beers for the first Friday of October. I believe it's October 4th. Can you tell me what beers you'll have that night or what people can expect to come try?
Certainly. So we have 20 taps rotating at all times, but one of the things we wanted to do is, it's October, a lot of people are thinking Halloween, fall, so we actually found a pumpkin cider that we'll be featuring that night, and then we have a pumpkin beer that is called Night Owl by Elysian, and it's pretty awesome to see that we're up on their website advertising that we're going to be selling it here. So those are our specials on tap. With regards to bottles, we are doing actual specials with regards to $1 off for select bottles of German beers for the night as well.
Great. All right, well, you have a place to stop on First Friday. I think it's great when people are walking by that they can just come in and have a beer. It's a great location to stop and do that. One thing I really love also is I know you guys don't do food in-house here at Caps and Taps. I believe you have a partnership with Harvest, which is a restaurant down here in Camas. So what do you do with Harvest? How does that work when people come in and would like to get a little bit of food with their beer?
Right, so one thing is we noticed when we first opened is we didn't have food, we had snacks, but a lot of people want food and they'll stay longer and drink more beer, and honestly conversation is great with beer, but it's even better when you have food. So what we went ahead and did, and it was actually initiated by Tim from Harvest, so he made us a select menu that we have for just really easy for them to prepare, so we're not taking away from their business, but also easy for us as they can just whip it up and bring it over. So we run tickets over to them, they route food over to us, and that way both of our customers are happy because they're still getting their food in a timely manner, and we're providing food when we wouldn't normally do so.
I think that's a great partnership, and I think that's a wonderful sign of 2 businesses working together down here to help each other out. I love it. Okay, so what do you have for me to try today? I'm very excited.
Okay, so you mentioned you kind of like fruity beers like the Swell, so I wanted to kind of go into a similar kind of stream. So to start off, this is New Belgium's, this is their Roly Bully. It's made with monk's fruit and sour sop, so it's going to be a bit of a lighter beer, more like a lager, but it's got to have a little fruity hint to it as well. This one right here is from one of my top 5 favorite breweries currently. It's by Fort George. It's called Divinity, and it is also a little bit more fruity beer. It features a lot of berries in it as well. And the last one, probably the best cider that we've had on tap so far. It's Ace Cider, and it's called Perry Hard Cider, and it is a pear cider. It is tart, sweet, and has a little bit of a floral finish. So it's probably one of the fan favorites so far.
Great. Well, I am a fan of cider, so I'm going to save that one for the end. So may I taste this first one? And can you talk about it one more time as I'm taking a sip here? Berry, you said?
That one is the one with monk's fruit and sour sop, and it's more of a like lager and has a little like fruity tropical hint to it, but not super overwhelming.
That goes down very well, I would say. That is lovely. All right, and which one did we have here again?
This is the Divinity with the berries made by Fort George.
Fort George. Now, where's Fort George?
They're in Astoria.
Okay.
So they're not too far away.
Do you feature local beers?
Yes.
Okay, you're always having a local beer on tap. And
Before Mill City opened, we actually put their beer on tap a few times. We featured Amnesia.
I like that one.
Pretty close with the guys at Heathen. We have a few kegs of theirs in the back. Just got our first keg of Railside in the back as well. So really fortunate to have a great community down here, and they want to get their beer on, and we want to help them out.
Great.
So that's the biggest thing for us, is making sure we are featuring local, even though we've got some great beers from all over the U.S. featured on here as well.
Great. All right, I'm going to go for the cider now. I'm looking forward to the cider. Oh my gosh. Okay, and this is the one I would come down and order for sure. I love all three of them, but I have to say my heart is with ciders for sure. I'm going to have one more sip. Oh my gosh, it's sweet, but tart. It goes down lovely. Great taste. Delicious. I'll have to enjoy that later. And I love you guys have growlers here.
Yes.
Now, a growler, for some of you that aren't beer people, because I'm going to admit I have learned some things about beer recently. So growlers, a lot of places that sell beers, and especially on tap, will have growlers. And you come in, and if I really liked this cider, can I get that in a growler?
Certainly. So one great thing about it is not only do we have our own growlers that we sell here and fill for pretty reasonable prices, but if you have a growler, I know my husband collects growlers, so he's got around 45 to 50 of them. He can bring them in. You can bring a growler, whether it's Caps and Taps or whether it be someone else's growler, in for a fill. So we're willing to fill those. Even this is a full-size growler. They have ones called growlettes or grenades that are about a 32-ounce bottle. We can fill those as well.
Okay. Is there a set price for those, or does it vary with what you have in the growler?
It varies with what we have, just because some of the beers we can get are really rare in a smaller batch if we can only get them on a certain in a certain barrel size. So 6 barrels are pretty small.
Okay.
One of the ones we actually have on tap, we're not going to be featuring in a growler because it's so rich and it's delicious, and it's one of those you just can't let it go because we don't have enough of it. And that's the Southern Tier Creme Brulee Stout.
Yum.
It's delicious.
Yum.
So depending on the growler, well, what you want to fill it with is going to depend on your price. But they range between the $12 and $18 mark for growler fills.
Cool. Just out of curiosity, where does your husband store those 45 or 50 growlers? Is it a living room decoration, or where do you keep those?
Actually working on shelving to put it in our office so we can display it all. Right now it's boxed up because we recently moved and we're still working on unpacking everything. But yeah, I feel like he wants to put them along the cabinets in our kitchen, and I said, this is my Pottery Barn kitchen, you can't do that yet. So we'll have to do shelving for it.
These are marriage topics I like to hear as well during my interviews. So how do you work all these things out? I have to say, this place has a great feeling to it. It's cozy. You have a lot of beers, bottles that you can choose from. The list up here, they have 20 beers on tap. It is cozy. It is fun. I have heard excellent reviews, and I have been in here as well. So if you are looking for a great place to go have a beer, sit with some friends, chat, come watch Monday Night Football, come down for First Friday. Caps and Taps is a great location. I really want to thank you for your time today for this interview.
Thank you. It was really fun, and I'm glad you got to try that cider. I'm sure you'll come back for a few more pints of it.
Yes. Or possibly a growler. This is Alicia King. I'm just a girl in Camas. Thank you.